Your way today versus what we had earlier in the week, and even today versus what we've got into next week. So we're just continuing to step on up. Today, highs near 72 in Dallas. Honestly, this is right on the money. As far as I'm concerned, this is about as good as it gets. Tuesday, now we're sweating a little bit once again. 87 degrees with sunshine there in Dallas. So you can see the trend is going up. Temperature changes now anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees warmer than you were this time yesterday. Nearly 10 degrees in Indianapolis, 10 degrees warmer in Dallas. Over in Albuquerque and Pueblo, we are 7 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, 8 degrees warmer in Jackson, Mississippi. So that has been the deal. This morning wasn't quite as chilly as it was Wednesday into Thursday for a lot of places, and temperatures right now, we've got plenty of low to mid 60s across the area, even low 70s for Tallahassee and for Austin. You're approaching 70 degrees in New Orleans. High temperatures today, a lot of 70s across the board, a lot of low 70s. And again, with sunshine, this is going to be really comfortable. Still pretty dry air. We're not dealing with overly high humidity numbers. 57 in Detroit, 59 in Columbus. Even those numbers really, really comfortable. Now, tomorrow, we'll add a few degrees to a lot of these areas. Richmond, 69, 68 in Asheville, 61 in Columbus, Ohio, low 70s from Nashville to Oklahoma City, mid 70s Dallas and Little Rock, and in Montgomery, Alabama, 80 for Tallahassee, Florida. Now, tomorrow morning, we still have the chilly air, and I think this is the combo that a lot of people love about fall. They love those cool, crisp mornings, followed by comfortable, mild afternoons with plenty of sunshine. So tomorrow is really that day. We've got 40s and 50s, even 30s for Raleigh. So again, earlier in the day, may actually see your breath out there, but later in the afternoon, you'll be out in a t-shirt and jeans and you'll be plenty comfortable. Jet stream is flattening, so that's allowing that cold air to retreat. Really northern sections of New England and the Great Lakes are areas where we'll keep some of those cooler temperatures, whereas most of the country is going to experience that warm up, especially into the plains, parts of the west. Temperatures at or above average. Where you see some of those deeper shades of orange and red, that's where those numbers will be well above average. Widespread highs in the 70s and 80s coming our way, even for a place like Denver. Remember last Sunday, you were watching the NFL game, you had snow showers on the field. Now this Sunday, Mike, temps in the 70s.
Oh, isn't that quite the turnaround?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Well, time now for your weather headlines. A strong storm that swept across parts of Western Europe overnight killed 12 people. 5 were killed in Tuscany, Italy, as record-breaking rain triggered dangerous flooding. Now, some tourists got trapped in vehicles, prompting water rescues from local emergency crews. Nearly 8 inches of rain fell in a 3-hour period. India's capital is smothered in a thick layer of toxic smoke. Officials say it's a combination of several things, from the change in temperatures, the lack of wind, and the burning of crop stubble. It's sparking poor air quality. There's already been several reports of respiratory complications in both residents and in pets. And right now, New Delhi is dealing with the global worst air quality. And we take a look at what's been happening across Europe because of Storm Ciarán. Look at these wind speeds across coastal sections of France, as high as 120 miles an hour, but plenty of areas either side of 100 miles per hour. So right along the English Channel, northwestern part of the country, seeing some of the strongest of winds. And we've been telling you about those winds. They're luckily dying down now. The jet stream, though, still remains strong through this afternoon. Places like Brest and Amsterdam, you're still going to keep those winds gusting anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. But overall, winds backing off from where they've been. What is not backing off are really potent jet stream with over 200 mile per hour winds. That it continues to shorten flight times. Average flight time between New York and Paris, about 7.5 hours. On Monday, that flight took 7 hours and 14 minutes. Today, how about 6.5 hours? Well, we are saying goodbye to daylight saving time and falling back into standard time this weekend. So we gain that extra hour on Sunday morning. So before you head to bed Saturday night, make sure you turn back the clocks on the home appliances and the cars if you need to. We will be in standard time through March 10th. And then, of course, looking at our winter outlook, we're starting to think meteorological winter begins on December 1st. Of course, after that, we'll, see the I always mess this up. It's astronomical winter, not astrological winter. Precip outlook for the next week, November 8th through 12th, expecting above average precip across sections of the south central and southeastern U.S. Also, of course, across the Pacific Northwest. We know we've got that parade of storms that's going to be bringing us quite a bit of wet weather. Now, if we do get above average precip across the south central, southeast, gosh, it would be appreciated. These areas have been dealing with drought. They need the wet weather. Exceptional drought continues to be the story from East Texas Texas through Louisiana into the state of Mississippi. And when we look at the rainfall to come over the next 7 days, it's not a lot, Mike, but it's something for some of these areas.
Yeah, we could use a lot more. That is.
These systems will continue across the country. We give you a virtual view, though, of Boston, where it's going to start off really, really nice. Blue sky, comfortable temperatures. I mean, that 95 quarter looking good for the start of the weekend. Forecast on Saturday, any rain would stay into interior sections of the Northeast. So really western and north country New York up through way northern New England. A lot of these areas are going to be dry with Boston temps around 59, New York 59, upper 60s though for Washington, D.C. So that's what I'm saying. I-95 quarter really comfortable to start the weekend. Even inside, we've got Pittsburgh near 60. So coming on the heels of last night's game where temps were in the 30s. It's going to be pretty comfortable this weekend. On Sunday, we've got a few spotty showers coming off of Lake Ontario. The rest of the area, mix of sun and clouds. And again, very comfortable on the thermometer. We've got 58 for Boston, 62 in New York, 66. Nothing but sunshine for Washington, D.C. So some of those Northeast NFL games also going to be spectacular. Boston, you will see rounds of rain return to the forecast as we make our way into next week. Monday is dry, so we get back into the work and school week. Easy. Tuesday, morning showers. That could slow you down on the roads. Wednesday, plenty of sun, but cooler. Temps only around 51. And then 46 with rain on Thursday. So that's looking to be the most miserable of the bunch. That's going to be a tough day. Cool, raw, and showery means both morning and afternoon commute could be affected. Of course, we got a little ways to go, almost a week before we get to Thursday. So we'll continue to update that forecast for you. Through Tuesday, periods of snow across the northern tier. So northern New England and New York, across northern sections of the Great Lakes. Periods of rain, though, into those big cities, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, even Buffalo and Syracuse. I think you're more looking at some cool rain showers, very typical of fall in this part of the country.
Welcome back to Weather Underground. It is time to see who's hot and who's even hotter when it comes to quick thinking hurricane knowledge. Guys, we are way overdue for a Weather Underground favorite, Hurricane Hotline. You remember how this works?
Your favorite, not ours.
Well, it's 5 questions that increase in intensity and points. Cat 1's worth 1, Cat 2 worth 2, and so on. But remember, Cat 5 is double.
Okay.
It's worth 10 points. So if you get sheared apart by your opponent in the first 4 rounds, at the end, you can rapidly intensify. Now, remember that as soon as I start asking each question, you have the option to pick up the hotline and answer, but there's no turning back, because if you don't answer or you're wrong, your opponent gets the points. Now, if you both grab the hotline at the same time, I will allow for a minor amount of fisticuffs.
How are your nails today?
Oh, they're
Which
good.
has happened before. Look at the last time we played when things got a little, let's say, competitive. What country?
South-
The hotline still works. Alex has it. What is the question?
I'm going to behave.
I'm not.
You were really holding on for dear
I was
life there.
holding on to that phone.
All right, you ready for the category 1 question? We
Yes.
haven't done this in a while. This is so much fun.
This is a blast.
The first question. Pacific tropical cyclones north of the equator, west of the international date line, with max sustained winds.
Typhoon?
Typhoon is correct.
All right, I got one. I'm good.
Congratulations on your point.
It is 1-0.
Okay.
Category 2. It has been busy in both the Eastern Pacific and Atlantic basins this year. So far, which basin has had more named storms?
Atlantic.
Atlantic is correct. 20-16. Atlantic is ahead. And that means Mike is ahead, but only 2-1.
Okay.
Category 3 question could put you ahead, Alex.
Okay.
What is the next name on the list in the Atlantic?
Vince.
Vince is correct.
Ah,
We just had Tammy. We skip
yeah.
to you, and we go to the
I knew
V-Leg.
that. I did know that.
It's about speed.
I don't know the next one
Okay,
after that.
it's 5-1, but Alex, you get this one right, we'll be tied 5-5.
Okay.
Category 4 question. The tendency of 2 nearby tropical cyclones
Fine, take it.
Fujiwara?
It is the Fujiwara effect
I thought it was going to be something else, and you.
to rotate around one another.
Yeah, I shouldn't have let go.
You know, we need to do the Fujiwara thing with you guys. You haven't danced in a long time.
We do.
Would you like to demonstrate the Fujiwara?
Fine,
That's
I'm gonna
exactly
be the
right.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, we're good. Can I get some points for that? No,
I
that's
think I
against
got
the
a
rules.
deduction.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, now, remember, even though it is 9-1, Alex,
I
this is the
know.
Cat 5 question.
I know.
And it's worth 10 points. So if you get it right, you win.
Yeah, I just needed you. I needed the answer to not be Fujiwara. That was my big bet that last time.
Okay, here we go.
No, because I thought there was going to be like a, like I thought he was going to pull a nab curveball, and he was going to be like, is called a Fujiwara, but how do you spell it or something?
Well, I've been known to do that
Yeah.
before. All right, here we go. Cat 5, the longest lasting tropical cyclone ever recorded anywhere in the world, traversed the southern Indian Ocean this past February and March, and it was named what? And it started with the letter F. Think of the band Queen.
Oh, I'm really out.
Freddie?
Yes, it was named Freddie. As
Why
in
didn't
Freddie
you say
Mercury.
like think of like Kesha? Then I would have gotten it. Or so, I don't not that you know. But
Who is the famous Freddie you would know?
Kruger.
Prince Jr.
That was actually, but that was next. If you didn't respond to Queen, I was just saying.
Why
as in,
didn't you do that one first, Dr. Knapp? Think of
Prince.
me.
Well, the Freddie Prinze was back decades ago as well.
Bettis wouldn't have known that one.
I had to even
now.
farther back.
Here's the
I know,
thing,
that
though.
would've
Here's
been
the thing,
fine.
Alex. This is a best out of 3.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
okay?
great though. I'm losing 19-1 right now.
But the score of this game doesn't matter. It's 1-0 in games. Next hour, we're going to play game number 2. And then if it's tied there, we'll play game number 3. We'll play game 3 anyway.
Be more aggressive, Alex.
No,
Aggressive.
it wasn't
Be
aggressive. I
aggressive.
thought Nab was going to throw some famous
He's
Nab
good, but he
curveballs.
took it easy
Where
on
were the
us.
Nab curveballs? Because I was like,
But
oh,
wait till
Fujiwara.
next hour.
Well, don't say that now. I'm never answering the phone.
No, next hour the curveballs are coming.
Dr. Nab, I tried to pay you for the answers.
Dr. Nab.
Dr. Nab.
It really is.
I offered him $20 in the hallway yesterday because I was like, wouldn't it make Mike Bettis so mad?
And then I said, what do I do if when Mike gives me the same offer in the hallway in 5 minutes?
I said, remember who your favorite is.
Let's be real.
See you.